I have to say that this is a historic night. The Democrats have said that the American people will remember this night. I hope they do, because we passed one of the most important tax breaks in this country's history. And these folks here behind us all have contributed and helped make this a possibility and a reality. So I'm just very grateful for my colleagues and for those who were willing to stand up and do this for the American people and for the American families.
Mike or Lisa?
This is an historic night, and it was an historic effort. I've never seen so many people work together so much to look at so many numbers and make sure that they come out right, as there has been in this effort. And that's important for the American people, and they will notice the difference, and they'll notice it soon, and this country will be moving forward again.
Is Lisa up here?
Yep.
Lisa.
There you go, Lisa.
So 31 years for tax reform, 38 years. 38 years to get to this point where we will be able to say that we have an opportunity within the 1002 area of ANWR to access extraordinary potential, not only for the benefit of the people of my state, but for the benefit of this country, for energy security, for national security, and truly for security for our country's economy. It is a good day, and it is indeed a historic day.
Joe?
There's no doubt that this tax reform process was about the American family, the American people. We have delivered on an important opportunity. That opportunity is to see more money in your take-home pay. This is a good night.
Members of the committee.
I'll reiterate that this is a historic moment. December 20th, 2017, as I stand before you, we're able to bring relief to the American families and Nevada families just across this nation. The fact that we're able to create jobs, increase pay wages, and also make sure that our businesses are competitive around this nation makes this a very, very important day.
You know, we set out with two goals. One was to deliver direct tax relief for the hardworking families that we all represent. And the second was to take what's arguably been the worst business tax code in the world and turn it into one of the best, because the result of that is more investment, more growth, more new businesses, more expansion of existing businesses, and that means more jobs and more opportunities and a higher standard of living for the people we represent. It's a big night.
You know, for years, Democrats and Republicans alike have talked about the need for middle-class tax cuts. And tonight, we delivered on that promise. Through other reforms, we're helping small businesses to be successful, and we've now leveled the playing field with other countries around the world so that our workers have the opportunity to compete and win. I'm excited about this because I think it's going to make a big difference for the people we represent.
John Thune.
Well, what can you say? This is a big day for the American people, and it's a tremendous amount, extraordinary work on the part of the staff and all the members here and our entire conference. But I think the message that it sends to the world is that America is ready to lead again in the 21st century. And like I said, for the American people who are going to get bigger paychecks, and when this economy starts taking off and growing at a more normal rate, more wages, better growth, better paying jobs, this is just a win-win all the way around. And I think the people of this country are going to start seeing that early on next year.
John Corner.
To my mind, this is really a referendum on whether we still believe that the American dream is alive. We don't believe you have to settle for anemic growth, flat wages, and fewer jobs. And the jobs that we do have, too many of them being shipped overseas, never to come back. So we weren't willing to settle for the status quo because we believe that America can do better. And thanks to this important historic piece of legislation, I think all of the incentives and the pieces are in place for the American economy to take off and for that slumbering giant of the American economy to rise again and lead in the world economically and militarily as well.
Others? Anybody else? Okay, take a couple of questions, and then we're going to say goodnight to everyone. Yeah.
Mr. Leader, beyond waiting for the withholding change in February, do you believe there's a need for Republicans to go out and sell this bill, given how Americans are currently viewing it?
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking forward to it. My view of this, if we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work. I think this is an important accomplishment for the country that people will value and appreciate, but obviously it requires us continuing this discussion with the American people, and we're all going to be doing that all through the year. Yeah.
Do you at all feel like you're in the situation that former Speaker Pelosi was in after the Affordable Care Act passed and was polling poorly, and Democrats said, well, we'll go take it out to the public and show them, and it took a long time for the public to finally sort of start coming around many years later after Democrats lost in the election?
I think it's a little bit easier to sell that you have more money in your pocket than it is the government's now running the health care system. So we believe this will be something the American people will respond to positively. I'm a little surprised the Democrats all decided voting against middle-class tax relief and making American businesses more competitive was a smart vote. And that's an argument we're more than happy to have going into the fall election as well. I'll take one more. Yeah.
What do you say to Senator Schumer, though, who says that you guys are going to rue the day that you pass this bill, that the politics of passing long-term corporate tax cuts with short-term individual cuts is going to catch up to you guys?
Your job is to use the Democratic talking points. I understand that. Look, we believe that this product will do two extremely important things for the country. Number one, provide middle-class tax relief. And number two, provide business changes that make us more competitive. With regard to the termination dates, let me tell you what terminates this tax cut. The Democrats taking the Congress next November would turn this into a very short tax bill. So I think focusing on dates that may expire because of the need to fit the reconciliation rules miss the point. Every single Democrat voted for this. They're all committed to repealing it and raising taxes on the American people. That's what's at stake in the fall of 2018. Thanks a lot, everyone.